Hello, fourth graders. Today we are going to be working on our week 4 vocabulary definitions. Last week you guys were sentences, so today we're going to be working on the definitions. But before we do week 4 words, let's just review week 3 words. Remember, it's important to review using our mouths and our voices. So make sure you get your body ready and let's talk about the definitions for our 5 words from last week. Word number 1 is commotion. I'll say the word, you do the actions and say the definition 3 times. Here we go. Commotion. Noisy excitement and confusion. Noisy excitement and confusion. Noisy excitement and confusion. Unison. Exact agreement. Exact agreement. Exact agreement. Superior. Better. 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 Reluctant, showing doubt or unwillingness, showing doubt or unwillingness, showing doubt or unwillingness. Abbreviate, to make shorter, to make shorter, to make shorter. Let's get started on our week 4 words. Remember, you'll need your vocabulary journal open, and you should probably be dual screening so that you can watch the video and fill in the definitions as we go. The first word that we're going to talk about is the word accelerate. And my sentence says, the car will accelerate when you push on the gas pedal. When I push on the gas pedal in the car, that makes the car go faster. And that's what it means to accelerate. To cause something to move faster. We can think of acceleration when we're thinking about cars and moving things because we are making ourselves go faster. If you're snowboarding or skiing and you're going down a hill, the steeper the hill is, if it's like this, like a bunny hill, you're not going to go very fast. But if it's steep like this, you're going to accelerate from the top all the way down to the bottom. Accelerate means to cause something to go faster. Pause this video now and write out the definition, to cause something to move faster. Our hand motion for the accelerate is running in place. So to cause something to move faster. Say that with me. To cause something to move faster. Our next word is the word lather. My sentence is, she worked the shampoo into a lather before rinsing it from her hair. As you guys are in the shower or taking a bath and you put shampoo in your hair, what happens? Well, hopefully you rub it around and you get some water in there and it becomes really soapy and bubbly. And you'll know when everything is soaped up and ready to go that it's time to get the shampoo out of your hair. And that's what it means to lather. To lather is small bubbles formed on a liquid. So small bubbles formed in a liquid. You guys can think of that as you're washing your hands too. If I ask you to lather up your hands to go wash, you're going to get your hands wet, put some soap on there, and you're going to make it all bubbly and clean so that you know that your hands are cleaned. So lather means small bubbles formed on a liquid. Pause this video now and write out that definition. Now that you've written the definition, let's do our hand motion. As you probably guessed, to lather, I'm going to go like this, like I'm washing my hands and making all of the soap bubble. So let's say that together. Small bubbles formed on a liquid. Let's review both words. Accelerate, to cause something to move faster. Lather, small bubbles formed on a liquid. Our third word is the word morsel. My sentence says, the dog quickly ate the morsel of meat that fell on the floor. A morsel means a small piece of food. So if I'm going to take a whole big candy bar and shove it in my mouth, that is not a morsel. A morsel is just a little piece, and sometimes a morsel of your favorite food can actually be more satisfying than a whole meal because it's just a teeny tiny taste. So maybe if I'm on a diet and I love Reese's peanut butter cups, maybe I would just not do the whole big Reese's peanut butter cup. I might do like a kitty sized one, right? So I still get a little bit of the taste, but I'm not getting all the calories, right? So the morsel is a small piece of food. So it's not just a small piece of anything, like a small piece of paper or a small piece of anything. It's just food based. So if I say I have a morsel of broccoli, Maybe you might be happy you have a morsel because you don't want a lot of broccoli, but a morsel is specifically just a little teeny piece of food. And so take a moment, pause the video, and write down that definition in your vocab journal. Now that you have the definition, let's talk about our hand motion. To do a small morsel of food, I'm going to get my hands ready and I'm just going to put it right in my mouth. So a small piece of food. Okay, so I'm putting that small piece in my mouth. A small piece of food. All right, say that with me once. A small piece of food. Let's do all three words before we go to the next page. Accelerate. To cause something to move faster. Lather. Small bubbles formed on a liquid. Morsel. A small piece of food. Our fourth word is the word opponent. An opponent is something that you might be familiar with. Here's my sentence. After the match, it is good sportsmanship to shake hands with your opponent. An opponent is someone who takes a position that's opposite from you in a competition. So anyone who is against you in a competition. It might be your best friend if your best friend is on the black team and you're on the orange team, right? But anyone who takes a position that's opposite of you in a team sport or in a competition, they are going to be called your opponent. So someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. And I noticed that this word opposite and opponent are similar, and that's what helps me with the definition. I think opposite, if you're against me or you're on the other team, you're my opponent. Opposite and opponent, okay? So take a moment. I know that definition is a tad bit longer, but it is important, so take a moment, write that down. Someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. Now that you've written that down, I am going to have the opponent, someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. Notice I'm kind of putting my hands up and I'm like, oh, I'm going to like fight this person, right? Not actually fight, although if you were boxing, it might be, but it's going to be someone where you're kind of competing with them. You're kind of going back and forth. So someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. Say that with me. Someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. I know, that's a little bit of a longer one. Our last word is the word novice. Here's my sentence. Mandy is a novice piano player, but with practice, she will learn quickly. Using that sentence, I notice that I have a clue in here. It says with practice. If someone needs practice in something, it's probably because they're not very good at it, right? A novice is someone who is new to something or doesn't have experience. Now, that usually means they're not very good, but they're only not good because they haven't had practice. Think of the sport or the thing that you enjoy doing. When you first started, you were a novice and you didn't know how to do it. But now you might be a little more expert. You might have a little more expertise or be an expert in that area. So a novice is someone who is new to something or does not have experience. So when I first started teaching, I think 7 years ago, I was a novice. I was brand new. And in some regards, I still am a novice. There are teachers who've been teaching for 20, 30, 40 years. And compared to them, I'm new at the game, right? But as I gain experience and as I practice teaching, well, then I can get better and I'll move out of that novice stage. Take a moment and write down that definition. Now that you've written down your definition, a novice is someone who is new to something or does not have experience. So I'm going to put my brain here and I'm going to be thinking, if I'm new to something, I'm trying something brand new. So I'm going to say someone who is new to something or does not have experience. Someone who is new to something or does not have experience. Say that one more time. Someone that is new to something or does not have experience. Before we end our video today, let's take a moment to act out these words using our hand motions. Remember, I'm going to say the word and you're going to repeat the definition with the action 3 times. Here we go. If I can get to that page, here we go. Accelerate. To cause something to move faster. To cause something to move faster. To cause something to move faster. Lather. Small bubbles formed on a liquid. Small bubbles formed on a liquid. Small bubbles formed on a liquid. Morsel, a small piece of food. A small piece of food. A small piece of food. Our next word is opponent. Someone who takes a position opposite another in competition. Someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. Someone who takes a position opposite another in a competition. And our last word is novice. Someone who is new to something or does not have experience. Someone that is new to something or does not have experience. Someone that is new to something or does not have experience. Thanks for listening to our Week 4 definitions. Make sure you have those definitions written down in your vocab journal.